In a small village called Greenfield, there lived a young woman named Bella. She was undeniably the most beautiful woman in the entire region. Her skin was flawless, her hair flowed like a river of silk, and her smile could make the strongest men weak in the knees. Every time Bella walked through the market, men would stop whatever they were doing just to admire her. Women envied her, while men dreamed of marrying her. Bella knew she was beautiful and she loved the attention. She walked with her head held high, her hips swaying to the rhythm of her own confidence. She believed her beauty gave her money, and she made sure everyone in the village knew it. Young men eager to win her heart would line up at her doorstep with gifts, baskets of fruits, pieces of jewelry, and even hand-woven clothes. But Bella was never impressed. She always found an excuse to send them away. "You are too poor," she told one. "You are not handsome enough," she said to another. "You are not good enough for me," she often declared. Bella believed she had all the time in the world to enjoy her beauty and eventually choose a wealthy man who could give her the luxury life she felt she deserved. In the meantime, she flirted with rich older men who showered her with money and gifts. They paid for her expensive clothes, perfumes, and jewelry. Bella felt invisible. The villagers began to whisper, "Bella is wasting her youth." They said, "One day, her beauty will fade and she will regret her choices." But Bella didn't care. She was the queen of her own world, and no one could tell her otherwise. As the years passed, Bella's pride grew. She would mock the young women who married early, calling them foolish for settling down too soon. "Look at me," she would say. "I still have my freedom and my beauty. I can marry whoever I want, whenever I want." But Bella didn't notice that time was catching up with her. Slowly, her once glowing skin began to lose its shine and her laughter lines started to show. She ignored those signs, convinced that her beauty would last forever. One day, while Bella was busy with her usual routine of showing off in the marketplace, she fell ill. At first, she thought it was nothing serious, but as days turned into weeks, her condition worsened. She visited the local herbalist, who confirmed her worst fear. She had contracted a severe infection from her reckless lifestyle. Now, Bella was no longer the radiant beauty she once was. The rich older men who once adored her had moved on to younger, more vibrant women. The young men she had turned away were now happily married with children and stable lives. Bella was left alone, sick and aging, with no one to care for her. The once proud beauty who commanded attention wherever she went was now ignored by the same villagers who used to admire her. Bella's heart was heavy with regret, and she spent her days crying over the choices she had made. "Why did I waste my life?" she asked herself. "Why didn't I choose love when I had the chance?" But it was too late. Bella's regrets haunted her, and her illness continued to worsen. She lived the rest of her life in misery and pain, with no one by her side. As the years went by, the village began to change, but Bella stayed the same. Oh, so she thought. The young men she had once dismissed for being too poor were now successful and happily married. They had built families and found joy in their lives. Bella, meanwhile, continued her routine of rejecting marriage proposals and entertaining wealthy suitors for their money. But something was different. The men who once followed her every move now looked at her less frequently. When she walked through the marketplace, fewer heads turned. One morning, Bella noticed faint lines on her face as she admired herself in the mirror. Panic struck her heart for the first time. She rushed to the herbalist, demanding remedies to restore her youthful glow. These things are natural, the herbalist said gently. Beauty fades with time. Bella, you must accept it. But Bella refused to accept it. She spent more money on powders and oils, determined to hide any sign of aging. She continued to dress in her finest clothes and walk through the marketplace as if nothing had changed. Then came the illness. Bella began feeling weak, but she ignored it, blaming exhaustion from her busy life. The weakness grew, accompanied by sharp pains that made her cry out at night. Reluctantly, she sought help from the herbalist again. You have been careless, Bella, the herbalist said after examining her. This illness is from your reckless life. You need to rest and take care of yourself. Bella was horrified. The once vibrant beauty who had captivated the entire village now felt her world crumbling around her. She noticed the whispers of the villagers, the pity in their eyes when they saw her. The wealthy older men she had entertained no longer came to see her, and the young men she had rejected were happily moving on with their lives. Bella's illness worsened with time. Her once glowing skin grew pale and wrinkled. Her hair lost its luster and her beauty faded like the setting sun. She became a shadow of the proud, confident woman she once was. At home, she sat alone, staring at the gifts and trinkets from her past suitors. They felt empty now, meaningless, reminders of a life wasted. Bella's mother, who had once tried to guide her, had long since passed away. Bella had no one left. One evening, she saw a young couple walking past her window. They were laughing, their faces glowing with happiness. The sight pierced Bella's heart. She remembered all the young men who had once stood at her doorstep, begging for her love, and she wept. Why did I push them all away? Bella cried. Why did I think I had all the time in the world? Her sickness consumed her body and soul. The loneliness was unbearable, and the regret weighed heavily on her heart. One night, while sitting in her dark, empty home, Bella felt a sharp pain in her chest. She clutched at her heart, gasping for air. As the pain overtook her, Bella whispered her final words. I was wrong. I was wrong. When the villagers found her the next morning, they mourned the loss of the woman who had once been the pride of Greenfield. But they also shook their heads, knowing that Bella's life was a cautionary tale. Her beauty, once her greatest asset, had become her downfall. She had wasted her youth chasing admiration and wealth instead of love and happiness. The story of Bella lived on in Greenfield as a reminder that beauty fades, but love and kindness endured. Moral lesson: beauty is temporary, but character lasts forever. Bella's life shows us that focusing on physical appearance can lead to emptiness through what lies in your character, kindness, and how you treat others. 2. Don't take time for granted. Time waits for no one. Use your youth wisely, making decisions that will benefit your future instead of chasing temporary pleasures. 3. Love over materialism. Genuine relationships built on love and respect are far more valuable than wealth or admiration from others. 4. Learn to listen to wise advice. Bella ignored the wisdom of her mother and the villagers, leading to her downfall. Always consider advice from those who truly care for you. Regret is a heavy burden. Bella's regrets haunted her until the end of her life. Choose wisely today so you don't live with regret tomorrow. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch and support my content. Your love and encouragement mean the world to me. If you enjoyed this story and found the lessons meaningful, please take a moment to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel. Your subscription and engagement help me continue to bring you more exciting and thought-provoking stories like this. Stick with me as we explore more tales that inspire, entertain, and teach us valuable life lessons. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Together, we can grow this amazing community. Thank you once again for being here, and I look forward to sharing more stories with you. Stay tuned and see you in the next one.